Got to check in with our good friend from Baltimore, former Olympic gold medalist, host of Stay in Your Lane, and should also mention, coming by for a visit in a couple of months. Is going to be here in the first part of April for a couple of things around the time of the Florida Relays. B-Dub, how are you, my friend?
B-Dub.
I'm doing fantastic. What's going on, fellas?
Man, just another day. How you feeling?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm feeling fantastic. They're supposed to be calling for snow, but whatever.
How cold is it?
It's about 33 degrees.
Oof, that's way too cold for
It's football weather.
We don't know what that is. Our
football
thermometers down here don't go that low.
Yeah, I wore a coat out today and it was a little too warm. So
of course, Gainesville, Florida was home for a while to both Bernard and I. That's where we met many years ago. And Bernard, I'm gonna take you back home, man. You remember High Springs, that little town just to the north of Gainesville?
Yes.
Remember High Springs? The only reason you go to High Springs, there was a couple of things that you could do there. They had the great state parks that would have the natural springs. You'd have Jenny Springs, you'd have Poe Springs, you'd have Hart Springs. Cleanest, clearest water you'll ever see. Lots of cool things to do there, whether you're just canoeing, kayaking around.
you can drink the water?
You could drink the water. It's coming right out of the ground.
Okay.
I think there's even some places that bottle this water.
Hey.
Like, bottle this water and sell it. Like it's that natural and it's that clean and it's coming from the underground reservoirs. However, the subject of our conversation is not so clean. And that is a man named Donald Watts, who is from High Springs, Florida. Now, have you ever heard the expression, dog bites man? That's not news. Man bites dog? It's news.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Bernard, you've heard this before, right?
Right.
Florida man.
Of course.
Florida man. Naked Florida man, mind you.
Great.
Gotta add in the naked.
Adds layers to the story.
Adds layers to the story. Naked Florida man
I kind of assumed.
arrested for biting a police dog. And to finish out the sentence, to make it a true Florida man story, while high on meth.
There's 3 things you don't do real quick, B-Dubs. You don't punch Mike Tyson. You don't challenge B-Dubs to a foot race. And you don't bite a police dog.
And don't punch
all dogs.
And don't punch a cop horse. That's a story for another time. I'll tell you my cop horse story.
Get it done.
So last Friday in High Springs, Florida, Donald Watts was high on meth. The police responded to his home, where they find him naked and rolling around in the mud in a ditch while making bird noises. Caw-caw.
You know what?
You know this guy.
No, that's hilarious. No, what I'm saying is the police need to stay in their lane. Had they not come to that man's property, I mean, if he owns property and he's rolling in mud, that's his business. Now, if the dog bit him first and he bit the dog back, we have a case.
Robbie,
Well,
let him know.
Well, unfortunately, it gets a little worse. You see, the cops responded, at which point he punches one of the police officers. Never a good move. Never a good move.
Oh, Donald. Oh, Donald.
They respond by tasing him. They tased him, bro. Y'all remember that? Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me.
Don't tase me.
That happened in Gainesville, by the way.
Yeah.
They tased him because he was high on meth. The taser had no effect.
Zero.
So he goes darting off into the woods. So they send the police dog to chase after him. The police dog didn't have to look very hard. He found him pretty quickly. So here's how Donald responds. Genius move. He gets down on all fours and begins imitating the dog, barking back at the dog face to face with the police canine Casper, and bites Casper in the ear.
Yeah.
That's right, Casper.
B-Dubs, what do you think happened?
Casper bites him in the face.
That dog came and bit him. And because
No.
he's doing meth.
He bites Casper.
I'm telling you.
He bites the dog.
I'm telling you. No, the dog bit him first.
And he accused retaliating.
He didn't feel it. And because he's on meth, he bit the dog back. I guarantee you.
How much better would it have been, though, B-Dubs, if we laid it to you? The cops roll up, and he's sitting Indian style, and the dog's just laying on his lap being pet.
He's just got the dog curled up, just stroking it. I said, Joe, that wouldn't have been meth. That would have been ecstasy. That would have been that Molly stuff. It's so furry and soft.
It was the egg rolls, not the
Oh
ecstasy.
man, so basically he gets a charge for assaulting an officer. He bit an officer.
Twice. He punched the
He's
one
got
cop.
2 accounts.
He punched the one cop and then bites the police dog, and that is assault on the officer.
I gotta hand it to
That
him.
is straight Mike Tyson stuff right there.
Real quick, I'll leave you with the horse story. A friend of mine was in Gainesville, is sitting in his car, has the sunroof of his car open. As a police horse, a cop on a horse, comes up, the horse's head goes through the sunroof. Startles my friend. He's looking the other direction, doesn't see this horse head come down, punches the horse in the nose, gets thrown in jail for assaulting an officer.
Wow.
True story, not the movie Half-Baked. Collin, Beast of the Day.
Luka Doncic has his 10 30-point triple-double, already as many as LeBron, Oscar Robinson, and Magic Johnson combined before turning 22. Doncic is 20 years old.
Bernard, we appreciate it. We're back tomorrow.